Fat loss secrets that will help you 3x your progress. Let's talk about it. If you clicked on this video, it is very likely that you fall into one of these three buckets. First is if you're actively trying to lose body fat and you find yourself consistently inconsistent. You start one week and then you fall off one week and then you're stuck in that cycle of starting, just have to restart. Maybe you start on Monday and then once Friday afternoon comes around, all hell lets loose and all the progress that you made is just thrown out the window and you find yourself having to restart again come Monday. Bucket two, hey, maybe you've been going at this for some time now and you're currently stuck at a plateau. Maybe you've tried fasting, you've tried tracking your calories, you've tried doing more cardio, you've tried every single diet or fat loss hack, but you still don't see the fruits of your labor. Or bucket three, hey, maybe you're just getting started and you're not really too sure on exactly what to do. My name is Daniel Chan. I've been coaching fat loss for the last 5 years, and if you're just looking for someone to scream at you to be more disciplined, I ain't your guy. I highly suggest that you click away because that's not me. There are tons of fitness gurus that will help do that for you on the internet. But if you're here for practical advice that will actually get you results, not only now, but help you keep them afterwards, stick around because I'm your guy. When it comes to your fat loss journey, here's the truth. Every single diet and workout program works. Whether that's keto, whether that is paleo, whether that is carnivore, whether that is working out 5 days a week, whether that is working out 7 days a week, whatever program or diet that you decide to choose, they all work. But until you nail these three things down, you're never going to see the fruits of your labor. You're never going to actually achieve the body that you're hoping to achieve. And no, we're not going to just tell you to eat less, move more, work out more. Nah, if you want that type of info, go on Instagram, go on TikTok. There are tons of fitness coaches that will just throw advice at you. But let's actually nail down and pinpoint what's holding you back. This way, hey, you never have to struggle with fat loss ever again. First things first, to help you 3x your progress, first we need to pinpoint exactly what's been holding you back. Maybe you find yourself going to food whenever you're feeling stressed. Maybe you find yourself going off the deep end every single time you eat out. Maybe you find yourself following restrictive diet after restrictive diet just to have you gaining all that weight back just as fast. I'm even guilty of this myself. In the past, I struggled a ton with stress eating. No matter how bad of a day I had, I knew that 2 bags of ramen at 1 a.m. gonna solve all my issues. I even struggled with going off the deep end every single time I ate out. Food was always that glue to social gatherings. Family time, that means time to eat. Going out with friends, that means we're eating or drinking. And that became a habit of having to stuff my face till I couldn't move every single time I ate out. And even following the fad diets, I would always lose weight really fast. 10, 15, even sometimes 20 pounds within 2-3 weeks just by cutting out carbs, just by doing more cardio, just by fasting. Yes, I was able to lose a ton of weight really, really quickly, but the pattern was I always gained it right back just as fast. Again, every single diet and workout program works, but until you make progress on those habits, on those patterns that kept you stuck for some time now, whether that was weeks, months, years, sometimes even decades for some individuals, you're never going to get from point A to point B. That brings me to number 2, consistency over perfection. I used to be one who always thought I had to be perfect in order for me to see results. That was with my diet, that was with my workouts, that was with my sleep, that was with supplements, with every little thing. It was almost like I had to have all my ducks lined up in a row for me to go ahead and take action. But that's far from the truth. If you follow me on social media, whether that is YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you see that I am far from perfect. I eat out 2 to 3 times per week. I miss workouts here and there. I still go out with friends, family, and loved ones and have a good time and still able to see drastic results. The only reason why that is possible is because I follow that 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm locked in, I'm dialed in. And those 20%, I'm able to have that flexibility, go out, have fun, eat good food. I'm a huge foodie at heart, which is why y'all see me post day of eating videos where I'm eating pizzas and burgers. I literally have pizzas and burgers every single week, and you can do the same as well. Consistency over perfection. The results that you see is not based off what you do today. tomorrow, the day after, the week after. You know what's fucked up about this fitness journey? You can literally have salads all day today. You ain't waking up with six-pack abs tomorrow. I'm sorry. It's just not how it works. You can literally go to the gym and work out for 5 hours today. You can wake up tomorrow and you're still not gonna look like The Rock. Sorry I had to break that to you. But the efforts that you put in today doesn't show up today, tomorrow, the day after. But the efforts you put in today, tomorrow, the day after, the week after, that shit stacks up over time. That shit compounds over time. And over the course of 30, 60, 90, 120, 180, 365 days, that 1% better turns into your massive transformation. And again, I ain't even perfect, but as long as you're dialed in 80% of the time, 80% of the 365-day calendar, you're gonna see far better results than 99% of the population. If you're constantly inconsistent, then that's your 80%, and that 80% has to change. And lastly, this is a marathon, not a race. This is something that took me a while to understand. Again, you clicked on this video because you want the fastest route to seeing progress, to getting to your ideal transformation. But a huge misconception that a lot of people have is that the fastest route is a route where you're able to see the quickest results. Yes, logically that makes sense. But let me draw something out for y'all. To help you get a better understanding. Let's say that currently you're at point A and you're trying to get to point B. The fastest route to get from point A to point B is this straight line right here. And most of the time, that means slow and steady. Just like the saying, slow and steady always wins the race. Let's say that you have a 26-mile marathon you have to run. If you run all out right from the gate, let's say that, hey, we're at the starting line, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And you go all out sprint. You are ahead of everyone. But let's face it, a marathon has 26 miles. What is gonna happen come mile 5? You really think that you're gonna be able to keep with that same pace, let alone mile 10, 15, 20, 25? You're most likely gonna tap out and burn out. I'm not saying this to discourage you. Hey, if you think you got it, hey, you got it. But if you've been down this route before where you went all out right from the get-go, maybe that's with your diets, just cutting out all carbs, thinking that, hey, this will get me to the fastest route. But then, after mile 5, which is sometimes like week 2 or 3, if you have enough discipline with your diet, all of a sudden you have a huge dip and you're below even your slow and steady pace. At this point, you're probably tapped out and you no longer can go another 15, 20 miles. While person A is just slowly ticking away, getting closer and closer and closer to point B. The fastest route might not be the quickest route, but the fastest route is the route that allows you to get from point A to point B with as least stops as you possibly need to make. And most importantly, when you're still intact. Hey, not telling you what diet to do, not telling you what program to do, not telling what you should do with your life. But again, if you find yourself falling back to these same patterns of seeing quick progress just to find yourself back at square one and having to restart over and over and over again, most people don't even end up getting close to the second half right here. Most people end up staying stuck here for years. To recap, in order for you to 3x your progress, it's not just about eating less. It's not just about moving more. It's not just about working out more or eating healthier. Those are things that you already know. But until you nail down and pinpoint exactly what's been holding you back, the patterns and the habits that keep arising, you're always gonna find yourself stuck in that same loop of gaining and losing the same 10 to 20 pounds. It's not a fun time. A lot of time, energy, and money just thrown straight down the drain. Secondly, consistency over perfection. If you're consistently inconsistent, it's no wonder why, again, you're stuck in this first half of your journey over and over and over again. But if you were consistent throughout this whole time, you would already be at point B. And lastly, you already know, this is a marathon and not a race. You can sprint all you want. You can be in first place all you want. But unless you're able to keep up with that same pace for 26 fucking miles, best of luck. I'll see you at the finish line. Hope this was helpful. Let's talk soon.